Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly live. This is the weekly live for relationship communications, and I'm Lisa DeToffel, your host. And today we're going to be talking about get out of your comfort zone. Real good topic. Lots of info to share about that topic. But before we dive into our topic, for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. I am the founder of Relationship Communications, where I coach and mentor established and aspiring professionals to create, grow, and scale their network. Relationship Communications Weekly Live is a tactical and practical show that we do every week at the same time, every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I hope that you would put that on your calendar so you can join us every Friday morning. And I would love to hear from you as well in the comments if you are joining live. Say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're watching this later, please do use hashtag replay. Let me know that you're watching this later. We are streaming in various different areas and platforms. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we do go live. Also want to invite everyone to join us on Tuesday mornings for our Tuesday tips and cut the gibberish. We go live every Tuesday morning as well at 9 a.m. to talk about different tips that you can use in your business and to cut talk about some of that gibberish that you can cut out, all those voices in your head, right? So at Relationship Connections, we are sponsored by Tiger Eye Solution. And at Tiger Eye Solution, which is my virtual assistant business, we work with speakers, coaches, and professionals to help them grow their business so that they can enjoy being the CEO and the business owner and do what they love to do within their business. And we do this virtually and in our online community. Also want to extend an invite, if you have not already, join the VIP Club for Relationship Communications. Please join us. We have had a couple of great meetings thus far. Our next meeting, I think, is February 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern. I will post about the VIP Club in the group on Facebook. So if you're not a part of our Facebook group, head on over there and type Relationship Communications in the search bar and go ahead and join our free networking group. There's a lot of people in there that you can network with, schedule some coffee chats, have those one-on-one conversations and get to know others, and start building your network, right? So before I dive into our topic today, I want to share a little bit about myself. This was me about 5.5 years ago. I was a preschool teacher prior to starting my first business. And don't get me wrong, I loved what I did. I loved working with the children in the classroom. That is also where I learned the skill of relationship building. Because in a classroom of children, you get a new set of children every year, right? When the new school year starts. So you have to start building relationships all over again when the new school year starts, right? And not only do you have to build a relationship with each child in the classroom, because each child is different, each child learns differently. So you have to build those relationships and learn those things. Also for the child, because they have to learn how to trust you. When they first meet you, that's them getting to know you. Miss whoever. I was Miss D at the time. I left the classroom. They couldn't say DeToffel, so they called me Miss D, and that was perfectly fine with me. So they have to build that know, like, and trust factor. You know, you're going to be their teacher whether they like you or not. So that part might come over time, but they also need to know you and be able to trust you in order to move forward with learning what you have to share and teach them, right? Okay, fast forward till I started a business. I still use that same skill today in my business because I still have to build relationships with those in my network, those in my industry, those on my team. You know, there's an array of different people that I have to build relationships, even with my clients, right? the people that I work with. So I have to build relationships with everyone I meet. I just went to a networking event yesterday. I went to one last week, in-person networking events. And so, I've met new people at both of those events. If you are not going to networking events, I highly encourage you to do so, whether you go to an in-person event in your local area or if you attend online networking events. Both are important, and I do both. I have a networking event online later today. And I went to an in-person networking event yesterday, but I'm doing an online networking event today. Will I meet new people? Probably so. There may be some people there I already know, but there's probably also going to be new people there that I do not know. Last week, the networking event I went to, I only knew 3 people. I had been to that same networking event in the past. However, it had been a while since I was available to actually go to the in-person event. And so I did go last Friday, but there was only 3 people there that I knew. So that was almost a whole room of new people that I just met. Right? So what do I do now that I've met these new people? I start following up with them. I start trying to build that relationship with them. I schedule a coffee chat with them, whether it's in person or online, whatever the case may be, whatever works for me and that person. That's how you build the know, like, and trust factor. And like I said, that's a skill I learned a long time ago in the classroom. And no matter what age group I was working with, because there was various different age groups I worked with over those 25 years that I worked with children. This was the last classroom that I was a part of. These are 3 and 4-year-olds. However, I worked with other age groups as well over the years. So not only was I building those relationships with those children in my classroom, I also became a single mother twice during those 25 years. So I also had to build a different type of relationship with my children. Now, did we still have the mom and child relationship going on? Absolutely. But being a single mom kind of takes on so many more responsibilities, right? So we also had to learn and navigate around that as well. So this was a family photo, if you will, when I was during one of the times I was a single mother with me and my 3 children. Now, of course, this is what my family looks like today, with my husband, Jeff, my 3 children, and my 2 grandbabies, who just turned a year old yesterday. That is so, so hard to believe that they are already a year old. So, and have another grandchild on the way in June. My middle son is also going to become a father later this year. So super excited about that. So building relationships can vary through different times in your life, right? Whether it's professional relationships you're trying to build, for whatever type of business you have or job you have, whatever it is for you. And then you also have relationships in your personal life, right? Just like I said, I was a single mom twice during those 25 years of working in classrooms. So that was 2 different times that I had to create. I became head of household, and I had to create a slightly different type of relationship with my children. Now, was I still mama? Absolutely. But also I was the head of the household. I was the only one working, bringing in an income, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on, right? So it did take time and navigating through rough waters, if you will, to establish that, right? Then, of course, in 2018 is when I decided to start my own business, Tiger Eye Solution. Did take a training program in the very beginning as well. And then after the pandemic happened in 2020, I decided to build a team. So in 2021, I built a team for Tiger Eye Solution. Currently, still have a team today and looking to add to that team in the near future as we are growing. The team is growing, the business is growing, clients are growing, et cetera, et cetera. So business is really going great. So today we're going to talk about get out of your comfort zone, okay? So where's your comfort zone, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about our comfort zone today. Your comfort zone is something that is not as real as we may think it is. Okay, let me kind of explain what I mean. It's interesting because, I have been out of my comfort zone for years. Starting a business was me stepping out of my comfort zone. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, if you told me I would be doing what I'm doing today, be a business owner, working with clients, have a team, going live even every week like I'm doing, I would have probably laughed at you and told you're crazy. That's just how I probably would have responded at that time. However, I have stepped out of my comfort zone in so many different ways in the last 10 years even. Yeah, I'll go back that far. Absolutely. Because I would have never thought I would have had my own business and be doing all the things that I'm doing today. So to say stepping out of your comfort zone helps you grow is an understatement, because it definitely does. Okay. So, there's different goals that I have set throughout the duration of being a business owner, right? And over time, I've had to step out of my comfort zone in different ways in order to meet those goals or in order to grow my business, etc. And you need to do the same. Okay. As a business owner and as a professional, stepping out of your comfort zone is going to help you grow. Yes, it's scary. Don't get me wrong. It's scary. Absolutely. It is scary. However, in order to grow, sometimes it's something we have to do, right? So I've discovered over time that stepping out of your comfort zone or that fear it's just a feeling. Okay. And sometimes it keeps us stuck right where we are, right? Just like I told you a minute ago, if you'd have told me 10 years ago I'd have been a business owner and doing all the things that I'm doing now, I'd have told you crazy and laughed. But today we're going to talk about that feeling, that scarcity, all the things that goes along with stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay. And we're going to dive into how you can shift that for yourself, because it is critical. It is critical. So when you stay in your comfort zone, you're playing small, you're playing it safe, and big changes and growth can't happen when you stay right where you are in your comfort zone. Okay. So you definitely have to step out of your comfort zone to become more successful than you are right now. Like I said, when I started in 2018, was I where I am today? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of things I had to overcome, a lot of things I had to learn, etc. The list goes on, right, to get me to where I am today. So let's dive into this. When we try something new, we bump up against our comfort zone, right? When you're trying to stretch or try something new to help grow your business, you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it might be like a wall that we bump into. Trust me, I've bumped into a few walls. I know that feeling. It's like a physical thing sometimes. And we make it so real. We make it that real, like we're bumping into a wall, okay? It's not actually real, a real thing, but we make it feel that way. That feeling you get when you get uncomfortable. You get that feeling in your gut, right? And you start imagining the worst possible scenario. And repeat that. When you start trying something new, you get that feeling in your gut and you get uncomfortable. And then you start thinking of the worst possible scenario that you think XYZ is going to happen if you step out of your comfort zone, right? But what I've learned over time, I want you to listen carefully to this because it's critical. When you are worried and imagining the worst case scenario, you're actually asking for something you don't want. Okay? I'm going to say that again. I've learned over time, when you are worried and imagining the worst case scenario, you're actually asking for something you don't want. So worrying is asking for something you don't want because you're imagining it. You're visualizing all the things, right? So if you can just realize that that's what you're doing, that could be huge. And you can calm yourself down. And you can do the things that will help you do the things that are scary for you, or that help you overcome bumping up against that wall, right? Once you have calmed yourself down. What happens is you get these feelings, you imagine all the bad things, and then you're in your head. Or maybe it could be the voices, your gibberish in your head, okay? And, those voices could be screaming at you. I can't do that. They could literally be screaming in your head. I can't do that. So how many of you have had that happen? I have. Absolutely have had that happen. The problem is that we give the voice of the gibberish in our head, or that comfort zone voice, the authority to make decisions. Right? We give those voices that screaming at us in our head, telling us we can't do that. We give them the power and the authority to make the decisions. Should we be doing that? No, not really. And the result is we can't grow. We can't change. We can't achieve our goals because our comfort zone is designed to keep us safe. Right? Our comfort zone is designed to keep us safe. So we jump to a conclusion that doesn't make sense when we've calmed down. We think we're not safe. So what's the opposite of safe? Danger. So we think we're in danger, right? So we're actually telling ourselves, I can't do that because I'll get hurt, because you think it's dangerous, or you will be in danger. And that's the furthest from the truth, right? Not always the case. So if you think about you are not actually in danger, and you can think about how ridiculous that kind of sounds, right? And is. It is very ridiculous. But your goals are designed to challenge you. Okay? You always have to change to achieve them. Your goals should be designed to challenge you. Otherwise, you would already have what you wanted. Right? So we tell ourselves we are not comfortable doing XYZ. And that gets us the process started, right? All the voices in our head yelling at us and telling us you can't do that, all the things. But nothing you're telling yourself or the XYZ that you're trying to do is actually dangerous, right? It's not very risky. Well, depending upon what it is, some of it could be risky, some of it's not very risky. Right? Now, how many of you have done this? I know I have. And by doing this, it stops us from getting or doing what we need to do to move forward, or to the next steps of whatever our goal is that we're trying to achieve. Right? We should create a habit of doing something uncomfortable every single day. That is how you can make your goals happen. Do something uncomfortable every single day to help make your goals happen, to help move you forward in the direction of reaching your goals. Now, I just shared with you earlier that I have went to 2 different in-person networking events, one last week and one this week. Those are very uncomfortable for me, meeting new people, having those conversations, etc. But I've done it once last week and once this week. And like I said, I'm going to an online networking event later today where I will meet more new people. But that's how you grow. That's how you step out of your comfort zone, right? And you go meet those new people and you have those conversations and you start building those relationships. Now, that's what I do. Now, it may be something totally different for you. You might be a big people person. I'm not. You might enjoy meeting new people and starting all these new conversations. That's just not something I'm comfortable with. But I have stepped out of my comfort zone and done it, right? Doing these lives, when I first started my business, I said, no, I'm not never going to do that. I can't do that. Exactly what I was telling myself. Exactly what I was telling myself. That's not something I'll ever be able to do. But here I am, a few years later, but I'm doing it, right? You can do it too. Whatever your fear is, whatever is holding you back from stepping out of your comfort zone, you can do it. If you have any questions about anything I shared today, please put them in the comments below or send me a private message. I'll be happy to chat with you about it. Again, I invite you to join Relationship Communications Facebook group if you have not already. And if you're not a part of the VIP club, go ahead and join that as well. We are really having some great conversations at our meetings. Great questions are being asked and answered, all the things. So the VIP club meets twice a month. The first meeting we have is a Q&A session where you can bring any questions you may have around business, professional stuff that you want to get answers to. We'll be happy to listen to your questions and help you get answers to them. Our second meeting of the month is kind of like a party where we come and celebrate all our wins, big or small. It doesn't matter how big they are. It doesn't matter how small they are. We come to that meeting and we celebrate our wins. So I'd love to invite you to join the VIP club. I will post that in the group today where you can have that opportunity to jump on board with us. Also, I want to let you know that the Networking Method Academy, the doors are opening next week, February 1st. If you would like to come on board and become a student, go through the academy and learn how to make the most of your networking efforts. I would love to have you join the academy. It is a 6-month program. You do go through the academy at your own pace, and you get direct access to me. We have study hall sessions once a week for those that are going through the academy to help you through the lessons. There's 10 modules, 6 to 8 lessons in each module. There's videos, there's content, there's downloadables. There's a lot of things that you get access to when you actually join the academy. So I will post about that as well in the Facebook group. If you have any questions about anything I've shared today, please reach out. I'll see you again next week.